What's good, YouTube? So today's video I want to talk about why you should not feel guilty all the time if you relapse. Now, what I mean by this is, obviously on NOFAP. And the reason I say this is because it was something that resonated with me for a long time throughout my journey. I've been on this journey for about 5 years now. Since the 6th grade, I'm in 11th grade now. And like I said, this is something that resonated with me. And I had a problem with because ultimately I knew what I was doing was wrong. And, it served me no purpose in my life. And it really didn't benefit me as a being. So I already knew that in my head that was wrong. But yeah, I already knew it was wrong, but I didn't do anything to change that until I got on NOFAP. And that's basically what I'm trying to explain. And so it's a difference. So if you say you're gonna, stop fapping and you ultimately keep doing it and not saying any repercussions or punishments for doing that, then ultimately, sorry about that, all you're doing is just throwing more wood into the fire and really not doing anything to change your situation. Now, let me get into the NOFAP side. Now, the reason I say you shouldn't feel guilty on NOFAP all the time is because just think about it for one moment. Just by you already being on NOFAP, you already taking that first step to becoming better from this, addiction or problem that you may have that, you didn't even realize until you had to just change that because it was taking a toll. So just by you doing that in the first place, just even being committed to do it and having that willpower and mindset to do that, even if it's just one day or a week or 3 days, just by you doing it, you should already feel accomplished because most people see this on YouTube. Most people know about NOFAP and semen retention, and they'll listen to it and, take it in, but they won't actually practice it. So just by you practicing it, you already taking a step towards bettering yourself. So you should know that for number one. And yeah, like I said, you should already know that for number one. And second of all, that goes into this, don't be complacent when you're on your NOFAP journey, because all that's gonna do is just make it even harder to succeeding for a longer time, because when you're just sitting there not doing anything to output that pent up energy into different outcomes of working on yourself, then it just won't work. That's it just won't work. You can't just do that and then just sit down and not do anything about it, because you have all that pent up energy from holding in your seed and not releasing it. And that's one of the most powerful energy forces, in this world. So just by you sitting there and not doing anything to output that is just gonna make it even harder for you. So that's just a little, uh, um, a negative effect you can have just by sitting there. But what I'm trying to correlate with that is you want to be doing something on your NOFAP journey, something that provides you benefit in your life and helps you become better. And basically what I'm trying to get at is you want to be on your purpose on your NOFAP journey, because if you aren't, it's like I said, it's ultimately just gonna be 10 times harder for you to even get to where you want to be. So be on your purpose, therefore you have something else to focus on instead of just thinking about that quick external release for about 3 seconds and stuff. So like I said, that's number 2. Don't be complacent, and also find your purpose while you're on NOFAP. So therefore, you're not releasing that just out of nowhere. And understand this, number 3. Life is a continuous cycle. It goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. Some gets created and not necessarily destroyed, but it gets output into something else, because energy can't be created, neither destroyed. So understand this, that life is a cycle. So therefore, you're bound to repeat the same things over and over and over and over again. But just because that happens doesn't mean that should be an excuse to you. With you knowing this, yeah, it may repeat over and over and over again, because like I said, life is a cycle. But it's what you do to stop that from happening over and over and over again. And I know that may sound that may not make sense, but I'm just trying to go at and correlate to not feel as bad, because you're gonna have slip-ups. You're gonna have slip-ups. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So when you go throughout this journey, just know you're going to have some slip-ups. It's just what you do when you fall down. What are you going to do in order to take that next step, so therefore, it doesn't happen again? Or you can figure out a way, like I said, to output that energy into, your purpose and things that actually have, benefit to you in your life. So with that being said, like I said, just don't feel so guilty about that, because it's gonna happen. And all these three things correlate into each other to just give some I guess some more security within yourself, and just knowing this, because like I said, you're gonna have hardships, you're gonna have slip-ups, but it's what you do in order to recover from those slip-ups and take that next step to become better. So just by you being on NOFAP, you already winning, because most people don't do it. Understand to not be complacent and sit there and not output that energy into things. And once you get on your purpose, you'll be able to cope with that more, and understand that life is a cycle and stuff, happens continuously. Them is the 3 tips that I wanted to give that I thought, could go together. But ultimately, like I said, if you on this journey already, then props to you, because you're already taking that step to become better in your life. And just understand, you're gonna feel that guilt sometimes. You really are. And it's just what you do about it to become better, and get rid of that insecurity, and just know that by you even practicing it, you already a step ahead above everybody else. Because like I said, most people know about NOFAP and semen retention, but yet don't practice it. And don't be scared to relapse too. That's another thing that I really had to deal with. Do not be scared to relapse. That really ties in with number 3 too. Do not have fear about relapsing, because like I said, life is a continuous cycle, and it's bound to happen, because nobody is perfect. So know that in your mind, to accept that, and take that failure and learn from it and become better, and don't let that hold you down, because that's what happens to a lot of people, and it discourages them from keep going and getting better on this journey. But just know to not be afraid of relapsing either. And that's the 4 tips I really want to give about that, to not feel what was I gonna say? To not feel discouraged if you relapse on your NoFap journey. And that's it.